Hello, everyone, and welcome to Outer Wilds. So the expansion just dropped today, Echoes of the Eye. I don't know anything about it, but I just downloaded it and I'm ready to play it. And so, for those of you who know how this game works, you're probably like you think it's pretty straightforward how I'm going to divide up this series. For those who don't, um, I guess you'll find out. But I think this series lends itself well to shorter episodes. So that's how we're going to do it, but it of course depends on whether or not the expansion actually behaves in the same way as the base game. And also, before we begin, I apologize for any choppy frame rate. My old computer could handle this game pretty well without much issue, but my new computer doesn't seem to like it very much, and I'm not really sure why. I also didn't have time to calibrate it before I started testing it, so I apologize for that, but hopefully it won't be too much of a bother. So let's go ahead and see how this goes. I'm excited. All right. So let's go ahead and talk to Slate. There's our pilot, back from your pre-launch camp out under the stars, I see. So, it's launch day. Seems like only yesterday you joined the space program, and suddenly here you are, leaving on your first solo voyage. What do you say? Ready to get this beauty off the ground? It's all fueled up and ready to go. Uh, all systems go. I'm optimistic. Glad you're excited, but remember, if you wreck the ship, I'm not building you a new one. Don't worry about that. I'm not made of lightweight re-entry grade aluminum alloy, as you know. Anyway, you'll just need to get the launch codes from Hornfels at the observatory before you can lift off. Just bring those here once you've said your goodbyes or whatever. Alright, thank you, Slate. Let's explore the crater around Timberhearth for a bit. I've played this game, I think, twice or thrice through. It depends on how you want to count it, really. So I know what this game's all about, but we're just going to do a pseudo-blind playthrough. Hey, it's you. This is Micah, I believe. Slate said you're blasting off in your ship today. I'm really excited to see the launch. Aren't you going to go into space, aren't you? You better not have changed your mind. Hey, I'm still going. You better be. It's been forever since anyone launched into space. I really, really want to see it. Really bad. Hey, you want to try out my model ship? Slate says it's just like the real thing, only less likely to start a fire. Sure, we might as well do that. Um, oh, oops, 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 oops. I want to at least try to land on one of those platforms. Oh, I almost had it. Oh, dang it. We'll do one more try. Ah, all right. Sorry, Micah. I'm not very good. Let's see if they have anything to say now that I've tried it. Wow, that was just like the time the external fuel tanks exploded on re-entry. You'll be okay flying the big one, right? I'm sure I'll be reasonably fine, depending on how you define fine, I guess. Hello. Heyo, hatchling. I hear you're leaving us to seek adventure among the stars. When you return, let's you, me, and Gosson open up a bottle of the good stuff. Good stuff is less delicious sap wine and more daunting digestive challenge. Iron stomach is the mark of a true Hearthian, my friend. Our hardy hunter-gatherer lifestyle stems from trial and error, by which I mean our ancestors survived eating a lot of bad things. Alright, fair. Hello? You're actually blasting off in that thing, huh? They really don't explode as often anymore. All I know is the space program of Michael's models rockets seems to burn to the ground a lot. Sorry about that. I was just saying that things burn around. Things burn down a lot around here. Let's see, there should be exhibits. Yeah, there you go. Okay. This pilot feat used by pioneering astronaut Feldspar is all that remains of our inaugural flight into space. Although it's been argued that such a distinction requires a breathtakingly liberal definition of flight, that day will nevertheless always be remembered as a landmark achievement in Hearthian history. Sounds right to me. This projector is linked to our Sky Shutter satellite, which is currently orbiting Timberhearth. The satellite is equipped with 2 onboard cameras. See if you can take a snapshot of our village. Alright. Neat. I guess it's a little bit of a slight intro to your probe. Anything here? I thought there were more of the little exhibity things. Like the little sheets of paper. Apparently not. I guess they're all part of the inaugural quote-unquote flight. Hello. So it's launch day, huh? How's it going to miss you? Speaking of launch day, I was thinking about it, and the platform those ships launch from is getting old. Isn't it about time you built a new, less flammable one? That big tree in the village would be the perfect choice. I wouldn't mind helping out the space program. Just say the word. The launch pad is flammable? Yeah, the Hearthians aren't big on safety. Nice try. We know you have it out for that tree. But no, I just think it's in the way and someone ought to chop it down, you know? Specifically me. You think this has to do with the time I fell out of it and broke my arm? That was when we were hatchlings. Who could hold a grudge for that long? Against a tree? I don't know, that's a good question. Hello there, Space Cadet. I hear you're leaving the crater today. If you meet any other travelers up there, remind them to take proper care of their instruments, won't you? Just saying hi before I leave. Take care of yourself up in space. Thank you. I think he just goes on to tell you that the travelers play instruments and so you could listen in on them. Hello, astronaut. If it isn't my favorite troublemaker, we wanted to play hide and seek, but Moraine won't let us borrow their signalscope because it's really delicate and not supposed to be thrown around like that. Hey, can we use your signalscope? Can we, please? We'll even let you be it. Sure, let's play. Okay, here are the rules. Galena and me will hide in with these radios, and you'll use your signalscope to find us. Last one to be found wins. Okay, close your eyes and start counting. I guess this is just a little tutorial for the signalscope. It's been a long time since I've actually done this. I did actually replay it. I was going to say recently, but it was like several months ago. But I don't think I did this one. Hello, you found me. Yes, I did. Where's the other one? Oh, he's behind the waterfall, isn't he? Or aren't they? They don't seem to use gendered pronouns in this society. We'll talk to you in a minute. Hello. It's a little loud back here, isn't it? You got me. I'm the last one. I win. Promise you'll play again when you get back from space, okay? You gotta. About the whole getting back from space thing. Things seem to explode a lot around here, so we'll have to see about that. Fishing rhyme, singing sure helps me pass the time. You're leaving the crater? Guess we'll be a little busier without you to lend a hand. That big water planet, Giant's Deep, that's where I'd go. Why's that? One time, after the rest of the village had left to sleep, it was just the two of us sitting around the campfire. Gabbro told me about their first trip to Giant's Deep. They landed their ship easily enough in the waves, but couldn't see too far down on account of how murky the water was, I guess. Too dark. Gabbro wants to see what lay beneath the surface, so they decided to travel deeper. They traveled down and down, but suddenly Gabbro couldn't go any further. I underestimated how boring this would be. Oh, dude. Tell me more. I will. I was just pausing dramatically. As though exercising a will of its own, the water was refusing to let Gabbro go any deeper. It held Gabbro back, almost as if it were trying to protect them from something. Then, in the terrible darkness, Gabbro saw it. The tentacle of some hideous beast. Was there sapwine involved during this campfire story? Don't you have somewhere to be exploring that isn't here? Oof. Sorry, man. Just asking. So this episode is probably going to be the longest one, aside maybe from the finale, due to the nature of this game, because I just want to kind of explore the crater for a little bit. So we're just going to talk to people, And I don't know, maybe I'll put a timestamp for those who want to skip by it and get into space. Read, know my ruins. Oh, I see. Okay, this is just pointing you to different places around the planet. As far as there may be some who do know about this game and yet are a little bit antsy about the thing that's going to happen. But no, that doesn't start until you actually get the codes and walk back out, so we're good. Danger! Inside this fence is a pocket of ghost matter, a strange and dangerous substance that's invisible to the naked eyes. Good news is that you can detect ghost matter with a camera. Moving through ghost matter is uniquely painful and will probably kill you. Don't complain to me if you hurt yourself fooling around. Alright. Ooh. It's surprisingly pretty for something so deadly. Hello, you probably shouldn't be doing that. Hi, astronaut. You know that patch of ghost matter inside this fence? Gosling said it used to be bigger when they were hatchling, because ghost matter evaporates. Just takes a super long time to go away. I hope there's still ghost matter in the village when I'm a grown-up. Ghost matter's awesome. Ghost matter's super cool. It'll burn the heck out of you. No, ghost matter's how Tektite lost their foot, right? Oh, jeez. I heard touching it hurts so bad it feels like your whole hand's on fire. Try not to walk into any in space, okay? That sounds bad and painful. I agree. Alright, let's quickly learn how to zero-G. Hey, I thought I might see you before the big launch. Nerves getting the better of you? I'm a little nervous, yeah? Good, everyone should be a bit nervous going into space. I got cocky during my first flight and nearly put a new crater in the moon. Still, I was never as green as you. Uh, hey, I've gotten better. Think so, do you? Feel like proving it in your old flight, to your old flight coach? There's a satellite, which is definitely not just a piece of broken mining equipment, set up down in the zero-G cave in need of repairs. If you're looking for a little last-minute zero-G practice, head down the lift and into the cave. Or don't, as long as you're confident you can make the ship repairs in space. One repaired satellite coming up. Cool, get to it. Try not to concuss yourself right before your first launch. Don't tell me what to do. I had a thought, and now it's gone. Oh well, maybe it'll come back to me. I like the star ore thing going on here. It's very pretty. It is a little hard to see, though. Alright. Hello. Nice of you to drop down. I'm getting some zero-G time in. So you're going in there, in the cave? No, I'm fine. Great. Great and fine. You don't look fine. Let's not torture him. I feel bad. Well, you know I hate that cave, so I don't know why you're making me talk about it. Pfft. Now I got sweat on my hands. That's why you're wearing gloves. I think, right? Am I stuck? No, I'm good. Are you wearing gloves? You are wearing gloves. What's the issue then? You're fine. I guess it probably feels a little clammy in there. Alright, into the cave. Alright, so now we gotta repair the 3 segments. Ooh! Oh, right. Okay, so I got that, and then I can match my velocity and repair. Awesome. Okay. There it is. Cool. I like the match velocity feature. It's very helpful. Easy. And I believe this is the way to out, enter, or leave. Yeah, cool. Hello. Hey, you're back. You made something? Give me the dirt. some fresh dirt. Not much happening down here lately. Let me think. Come to think of it, Tektite saw something crash outside the village crater earlier. Uh, is anything on fire? Probably only a little. Tektite checked out the crash site with the old Firewatch scout launcher and saw smoke, so they headed over to stamp out any leftover fires. Well, better get back to work. The ore's not going to mind itself, you know. Probably not. Whoops. I did not understand what was happening there. The zero-G cave always messes with my head a little bit. Wait. Okay, we're good. Alright, I think all that's left is to talk to Hornfells. Nicely done. Oh! Okay, the camera's still a little buggy, I see. Of course, it'll be a little more stressful when you're hurtling through space, but just remember your training and try not to hit anything big. I can see you're itching to get off this rock, so go get the launch codes from the observatory and get out of here already. Best of luck out there, and hey, try to avoid getting yourself killed now that I've put so much time into training you. Got it? Yes, sir. Thank you. Or, I don't know, what's the gender-neutral form of sir? I'm actually not sure. And I think because these episodes are generally going to be short-ish, I'm probably going to do minimal editing. But maybe not no editing. We'll have to see how it plays out. Outer Wilds Ventures founding member, clockwise top left. Hornfells, Gossen, Slate, and Feldspar. Big thanks to these additional founding members of Outer Wilds Ventures, without whom we would never have gotten off the ground. Matthew Steinhauer. Oh, this is the backers. That's pretty neat. Outer Wilds Ventures, Timberheart's first and only space program, was founded to explore the farthest reaches of the solar system. Feldspar was the first Hearthian to be intentionally launched into space. They completed their first orbit around Timberhearth and later made the first of what would be many landings on our moon, the Addle Rock. Neat. Hey, it's my favorite astronaut. Launch day at last, huh, buddy? It's the translator tool's inaugural flight too, so I'm so excited it's making me nauseous. Just think, you'll be able to translate any Nomai text you want, anywhere you are. The two of us put a lot of hours into inventing that tool, so don't break it, okay? Oh, jeez, do not break it. Ignore me, okay? I'm just nervous, and I'm not even the one going into space. How are you feeling? I'm excited. You've only been waiting for this day since we were hatchlings. I can't wait to see all your training pay off. So, what's the dirt? You here to see the new Nomai statue? Of course. I knew you'd want to see it before you headed off. Hornfell's just finished prepping it for display today. Amazing, isn't it? Makes me wish we could see what a real live Nomai looks like. But I guess this is as close as we'll ever get. Check it out. It looks like they had fur. Fur's weird. This is the first fully intact statue ever found, you know? And for how old it is, it's in great shape. Ah, geez, I get a little carried away there. Go on, you have a ship to launch. Take care of yourself out there, you hear? I remember the old Nomai statue where it had like parts that were quantum linked, so every time you looked away and looked back, it changed. It's pretty cool. And the Nomai also didn't look anything like that. I think the only feature that stayed the same is the fact that they have 3 eyes. This remarkably intact statue is carved by the Nomai, an ancient species who dwelled in our solar system thousands of years ago. The statue provides us with our most detailed look yet at the Nomai, who appear to have been covered with a layer of fur. Excuse me. Note the decorative jewelry has been carved as part of the antlers. Although their artifacts and structures have been found on almost every planet in the solar system, we still have no idea where the species came from or what happened to them. Freaky. Come on. There we go. Watch closely. These balls move on their own. Ground is perfectly level, so what do you think causes this spooky motion? The answer is the moon. As it orbits our planet, the outer rock's gravity pulls on objects from different directions. In fact, it's pulling on you right now. I imagine these things have like a physics modifier so that they're more easily affected by the moon, because I don't think anything else gets pulled as strongly as these things do. Let's check out the quantum statue. Spooky. Or quantum chunk, I guess. Strange rock moving around. Rock, that's the word. Did I really forget the word rock? Jesus. I woke up and then basically the first thing I did was download this game because it just came out today. I started recording basically as soon as it was downloaded. Strange rock moving around in this grotto appears to react to conscious observations. The level-headed among us realize there must be some sort of optical illusion at play, but Gabbro claims the rock exists in all possible states until it is observed, whatever that means. Whatever is actually happening, both sides of this debate agree the effect is extremely creepy. You get used to it after a while, but yes, I agree too. Okay. Stars like our sun generate light and heat by fusing hydrogen into helium. As it grows older, the star runs out of hydrogen and starts to contract. Okay. Getting fat and red. As the star's core contracts, it gets hotter, causing the outer layers to expand. The star has become a red giant. When the core is hot enough, it starts to fuse helium into carbon. I don't know if the sun is actually big enough to start fusing helium into carbon. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it might be. If the star is massive enough, it will continue to fuse carbon into even heavier elements like iron. Ultimately, the star will collapse under its own gravity and then explode in a violent event called a supernova. Based on Church's observation, this will one day be the fate of our own sun. Pretty neat little scientific demonstration there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so the sun's not going to do that. Our sun, it's not going to go supernova. Um, the sun, as in real life, is just too small. It can't do that. But it will do something more terrifying. It will swallow up the Earth and then puff off its outer layers into a planetary nebula, which is beautiful, but only from very far away when your planet is not the one being consumed. This crystal was taken from a Noai ruin on Brittle Hollow. It seems to create a local gravity distortion and was most likely used to traverse steep surfaces. My goodness. Try it out. Whee! I always get weirded out by the gravity crystals, man. Like it's always hard to tell whether or not you're in range. The Nomai seem to have very much a casual disregard for safety that the Hearthians do. Nomai technology brought back from space by our astronauts has been a great boon to Outer Wilds ventures, allowing us to modify our expedition gear in exciting and useful ways. For example, the little Scout now boasts a warp retrieval capability that allows astronauts to recall their scouts almost instantly. This has dramatically reduced the number of scouts lost to the depths of space. Well, that's good. Aside from dwellings and structures they built, the Nomai also made art. This decorated pottery was discovered on Brittle Hollow. Some ancient Nomai art depicts strange animals, foreign celestial objects, and other subjects that can't be found in our solar system, which makes us wonder whether the Nomai originated elsewhere in the universe or simply had vibrant imaginations. Were the Nomai born in our solar system, or were they born among other stars and planets? And if they were, how and why did they come here? These are just some of the questions we hope to answer through further xenoarchaeological expeditions. Neat. What you see here are parts of the Nomai skeleton. Seems a little disrespectful, don't you think? We can tell from their skulls that they possessed antlers and, quite unusually, only 3 eyes. The Nomai body was most likely adapted for living exclusively on land. The differences in the Nomai's anatomy, such as their shockingly fragile bone structure, show us that Hearthians couldn't have descended from Nomaian ancestors. It's not clear where the Nomai originated from or why they disappeared. We hope to find... Excuse me. We hope to find more clues to this puzzle as we explore the solar system. We'll translate in a minute. This piece of Nomai writing was essential to deciphering their unique language. Although this text is linear, Nomai text often branches off from a central point. Interestingly, each branch tends to be written by a different author. Oh, Cassava, we're nearly ready. Felix and I have finished construction, and she says calibrating the device won't take long. See, that's an interesting... Like, you notice that the Hearthians don't use gendered pronouns, but the Nomai do. I think that's kind of an interesting little, difference. Felix, unfortunately, the Outer Rock's lack of atmosphere will make calibration... Oh, fortunately, will make calibration simple. After all this time, I'm thrilled to finally resume our search. Search for what? I mean, it did ask why they came here, so I guess they're looking for something. It Doesn't seem to let me do anything with that symbol there. I think that's all the exhibits. Did we check out the anglerfish? Or is there not an anglerfish? Did I? Oh, I guess there's not an anglerfish. Oh, here it is. Hello. This anglerfish specimen was found attached to the landing gear of one of our ships that flew close to Dark Bramble. It appears well suited to living in dark places with minimal atmosphere. Why would you keep it in a tank? What happens when it grows up? Also, what's he gonna eat? I don't know. Anglerfish are weird and I hate them. Hello, Hornfels. Codes, please. There you are. Just finished pre-flight observations, and local conditions are good. Time to get our newest astronaut off the ground. You'll be our first astronaut ever equipped with a Nomai translator tool. I confess I've been giddy all day just thinking about it. We're better equipped than ever to unravel the mysteries of the Nomai. You and Hal should be very proud of your work. Tell me, what's your plan once you're in space? I think I'll start with something small. You prefer to ease into things? That's a sensible plan. More sensible than most of our astronauts tend to be, and that's a fact. Do you think you'll go to the Outer Rock then? That was the plan, yeah. Our moon would be a safe place to travel and get your bearings in space, and I'm sure Esker would appreciate the visit. Plus, we don't know what the ancient Nomai ruins on the moon are, or why they were built. You could put your new translator tool to its paces. Well then, looks like all that's left is to send you off. All in all, it's a fine day for launch. I'm ready to die in space. No, let's be optimistic about it. Excellent, you'll be needing the launch codes then. Here they are. Best get off the ground before sleep makes any more modifications to your ship, eh? Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Good luck out there. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I like the little orrery of the solar system here. I noticed they all seem to be perfectly aligned. That was interesting. Yeah, okay. Now that I've actually activated it, now it's starting to go through. That's interesting. I don't know if that's normal or if that was a glitch. Either way, this is odd. According to my redshift calculations, every single galaxy in this image is moving away from us. In fact, the further away a galaxy is, the faster it appears to be moving away. It's almost as if the entire universe is expanding. But if that's true, was everything closer together in the past? How far back can we extrapolate? Did the universe have a beginning? See, there's a fair amount of actual real science in here. Well, a fair amount may be generous, because a lot of it doesn't. This game isn't really focused around the science, but what is here is fairly accurate. You know, all galaxies do move away from the Earth, and the farther they are, the faster they move. Hello. Hi, how are you? I feel like that's probably not what most statues do. Okay. Funky, but... Oh, camera. Hey, did you get a good look at the Nomai statue? Statue looked at me and opened its eyes. Whoa, the statue was doing what? So its eyes opened and you saw images from your own memories and glowing lights flying around? You mean like a hallucination? Listen, no offense, but are you sure you're okay to launch, medically speaking? No, that statue is definitely weird. I mean, if you're saying it happened, then I guess maybe it did. But why? Hornfels tried everything to get the statue's eyes to open, and nothing like this ever happened to them. I don't think you're going to get any answers from the museum statue, but Gabbro said they were going back to Giant's Deep to know which island they're on, though. Maybe they'd be able to tell you more. On the other hand, Gabbro's, Gabbro, so maybe you'd be better off searching for info on your own. Geez, now I'm really curious, really jealous you're going into space. Hey, see if you can use our translator tool to find out more about the statue, okay? Good luck and safe flying. Thank you. I don't know if the big thing has now triggered. I think when I looked at the statue, I think that's when it starts. So I better get into space, ASAP. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, hello. Time stops when I talk to people, so we can take our time talking. You going into space today? You going into space and never coming back like Feldspar did? Um, don't worry, I'll come back, he said, without much confidence. That's what Feldspar said too, but they never did. Hornfels will be really sad if you don't come back. Like how sad it makes them to, yeah, like how sad it makes them to talk about Feldspar. You should make sure you don't get lost in space too. Um, that'll be the least of our problems. I mean, yes, I won't get lost in space, dear child. Hello, Slate. Got any words for me before I lift off? Looks like you're ready for takeoff. The excitement of a launch is fun and all, but I can't wait to get back to working on the new ship. Working on fixing the autopilot's avoidance system for this one. Sorry. An avoidance system is good. The autopilot does have a tendency to launch you into the sun if you're not careful. So that's a good thing to have, I'm sure. I think first stop, I think going to the Addle Rock sounded like a good plan. Anything in the computer yet? Rumor mode. I don't know why you would use not rumor mode. Yeah, that's interesting. View entry. The one and only Hearthian village, as well as the main source of explosions on the planet. Oops. Nomai statue at the observatory opened its eyes and looked at me. I saw strange glowing lights and my own memories flash before my eyes. Hal says the statue has never opened its eyes before, despite Hornfell's best efforts. Cave at the very center of Timber Hearth used by Outer Wilds Ventures to train new astronauts. Has successfully repaired a satellite. Cool. Hal says Gabbro went back to Giant's Deep to try and learn more about the Nomai statue in the observatory. I hear there are more Nomai ruins somewhere on the Addle Rock. No one knows what they are or why they were built. The Nomai text in the observatory talks about calibrating some sort of device on the Addle Rock. Sounds like Esker is still stationed on Addle Rock. They've been there by themselves for a while. Well, let's go give them some company. Alright. Addle Rock. First we gotta find it. It's not... Oh, hey, there's the Quantum Moon. Hello. I mean, I don't know what that thing is. Look, it's gone. Where's the... Oh, I see it. Nope. No, I don't. But it's on the other side of the planet, so... Let's sort of scooch our way around Timber Hearth here. There we go. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's engage the autopilot. The autopilot's generally pretty good as long as you're a little bit careful about it. That must be Esker's ship right there. Hey, and there's the flag in the picture. Let's land gently. I think that's gently enough. As far as Hearthians are concerned, it didn't explode, so we're probably just fine. Unidentified signal nearby. Oh, that's Esker. Hello, Esker. Oh, hey, it's you. Ground control didn't tell me you were launching. Long time no see. Actually, I guess it's been a long time since I've seen anyone. Don't the other travelers come by? The lunar outpost saw more traffic back when our ships were less sophisticated and needed more frequent repairs. Nowadays, it's mostly used to keep a set of eyes on things. Sometimes Strick comes by to say hi. Gabbro is Gabbro, and you know how Ryback feels about unnecessary spaceflight. Don't go. I mean, anything else you wanted to ask? Seems lonely up here. A little. I'm in touch with ground control, Hornfels and Gossen mostly, and they radio up to chat now and then. When ground control forgets I'm up here, and they usually do, I launch my little scout at the village. They forget about you? I don't blame them. For one, I don't check in as often as the other travelers, since I'm always in one place. And it's not so bad up here, really. At least it's peaceful and quiet. You don't get that. You don't always get that in our solar system, let alone in our village. What was that whistling? Or was that you? I thought the question was, what was that whistling? Probably, or actually definitely. The other travelers carry instruments, so they don't bother whistling. You can pick up their music with signal scope, you know? Best spot for that is the North Pole. Great reception. North Pole is marked in red on your minimap, but the Outer Rock is pretty small moon, really. Just go north. You can't miss it. Oh, was that you whistling? I just can't read. What is this place? Haha, very funny. Oh, Stars Above, you're serious, aren't you? That's just depressing. Welcome to the Lunar Outpost, which apparently the space program doesn't bother to teach anyone anymore. When we first started Outer Wilds, the travelers used to bring their ships here all the time for repairs. Our spacefaring technology has improved loads since then, but the older ships tend to fall apart a lot, like more than they do now. Using the outpost cut down on the number of launches and landings taking place in the village, and also the number of fires. Nowadays, though, it's mostly just me up here, raising saplings from Timber Hearth and keeping an eye on things. Oh wait. Oh shoot. Okay, talk to you later. He said North Pole. Let's go to the North Pole. Might as well. And so yeah, North Pole is always red on the little mini-map globe on the left there. Too much boost. Esker signal scope lock. Day 48. Still not picking up Rybek's banjo from Biddle Hollow. I'm sure they're fine, but I'll feel better once I can hear their music. Day 51. Listen to Chirp play for a while today. Unrelated, someone should tell Porphy and Gosson their flirting is not subtle from an aerial perspective. Banjo music coming in loud and clear today. Sounds like Rybek's doing okay. That oaf, I was worried. I thought I heard something strange. I don't know. It was probably nothing. Day 70. No, it's back again today too. Something strange is coming from Timber Hearth. Okay, I know this is crazy, but the sound from Timber Hearth sounds exactly like Feldspar's harmonica. But Feldspar disappeared in space ages ago. It can't be them. It's still here. This is creepy. Maybe my signal scope is broken? Better talk to Nice. Interesting. So Feldspar might be on... Yeah, you can see the signal coming from Timber Hearth. From the smoking crater. Perhaps the smoking crater that was mentioned earlier? Where they saw a crash landing and put out some stray fires. There's a little flag we saw in the picture earlier. The inaugural flight. I'm not going the right way. Whoop. Aha, here's the ruins. Alright, we got some symbols on the ground. Oh. Oh. I guess that's what the sun sounds like. So this is the sun, and that sound is the sun's song, I guess. That's what the sun sounds like. And that is Giant Steep. Ooh, gusty. Brittle Hollow. Got a wibbly sound. That's probably supposed to be the black hole. That I don't know about yet. And then that symbol we saw in the observatory. But it's not settling anywhere. Okay. So this thing is used to locate these objects. But when you try to look for this thing, it can't. It just can't find it for whatever reason. Okay. Well, maybe there's something down in here. Oh. Coleus, I was upstairs testing the eye signal locator, and I can hear and follow signals from the sun, Giant Steep, and Brittle Hollow. However, something strange is happening when I ask the eye signal locator to follow the eye signal. The device's indicator rotates wildly and never points in just one direction. This is a curious result. It's possible the eye has stopped calling out its signal. I see. Most likely calibrated the locator incorrectly. Privet, my apprentice, and I will make adjustments and try again. Excuse me. An update. Disappointingly, everything is correctly calibrated after all. It saddens me to posit this, my friends, but I believe we need to build a more sophisticated device if we want to find the exact location of the Eye of the Universe. Okay. So I guess that signal is a thing that they're calling the Eye of the Universe. Possibly related to Echoes of the Eye, I guess? Okay, wow. Wow. I've seen this ruin in other travelers' pictures, but seeing it for myself, it's really old, isn't it? but wow, this is the coolest day of my life. Okay, time for some official notes. So this is some kind of nomad locator. It can point out different planets, which is incredibly cool, by the way. But from a little I understand of the writing here, I think it was built to try and find something specific. I'm not sure. I was also able to translate something about the South Pole of Brittle Hollow, so I'll fly there and see if I can learn more. Yep, just gonna get back in the old ship and take off. Totally safe. Mostly safe. Oh, stars above. I believe that's Rybeck. Very apprehensive about going into space, not that I blame them. Where should this new, more sophisticated locator be built? May need to be larger than this high-signal locator is. Anona and those of us originally stranded on the Ember Twin built the quantum moon locator there, but the heat of the sun made its construction challenging. I wouldn't recommend building on that planet. And the southern glacier on Brittle Hollow has ample available space. I could construct a new building to house this proposed locator. Yes, let's build there. I imagine our young friend Konoi would enjoy that immensely. He's always held a great interest in the eye, especially for a child born so long after the crash. I will begin construction on Brittle Hollow South Pole immediately then. Alright, so I guess we want to go and find the South Pole of Brittle Hollow. That'll be noted in our ship's log. We'll get to that eventually. Then we'll build it. Don't lose hope, Cassava. Our search for the eyes would bar our climb to this place. We won't give up so easily. Right, so this is them telling us that they need to build a new locator and that they'll get right on it. Anything else in here? Does not appear to be so. Wonder if there are any... Nope, I was looking for any ship logs or anything like that. Okay, so the Addlerock is tidally locked to Timberhearth, so the crater should be over yonder. There it is. This is an interesting little spiral shape. Is that natural, I wonder? Ah, here we go. Come on. Chert research notes. Property of Chert. This is an old crater. Neat thing here is that the composition of the samples I took from the impact site matches the composition of the ice on the outskirts of Dark Bramble. I'd posit the outer rock was hit by a piece of the planet that used to be where Dark Bramble now lies. To follow up on, maybe there are more fragments of the old planet Dark Bramble destroyed on other astral bodies in the solar system. I don't know. I don't recall seeing ice anywhere aside from Brittle Hollow, which, I mean, its ice is probably naturally formed as far as we can tell, considering it only seems to happen at the poles where one would expect large amounts of ice. Alright. Let's update our ship's log real quick. Oh dear. Okay, that's a lot. Esker is growing a crop of trees at the camp. They seem to be doing okay, but they've probably been alone on the moon for too long. Poor guy. My device created to pinpoint the source of distant signals. Nomai were disappointed by their failure to detect a signal from something called the Eye of the Universe. Ryback headed to Brittle Hollow, doing it at the South Pole. Right. Nomai decided to build a larger, more sophisticated eye signal locator on Brittle Hollow South Pole. Lookout platform with a spectacular view of the solar system. Esker uses their signal scope here to keep tabs on the other travelers. Esker's signal scope log reports harmonica music coming from somewhere in Timberhearth. They claim it sounds just like Feldspar's harmonica, but Feldspar disappeared in space ages ago. I don't know how you pinpoint Feldspar's harmonica, unless it's the only one, but it doesn't seem to talk like it's the only one. Oh well. Back to Timberhearth, so around here. Let's see if we can find the crater. The crater where Feldspar's harmonica was coming from. Bet that's it. Yeah, cool. I think there's a way to manually roll the ship, but I don't remember how to do it. Yeep. I'm always a little nervous about crashing. It's very easy to do that in this game. Hello. Heyo, hatchling. I thought you were taking that tin can of yours into space today. What are you still doing here? Me? I saw something crash over the horizon. Didn't like what I was seeing in the pictures my little scout was sending back, so I thought I'd come over myself and take a look. Is that a dark bramble seed? You think so? It's nothing like I've ever seen on Timberhearth before, so you're probably onto something there. Whatever it is, it put down roots in a hurry. I don't like the look of this thing, hatchling, and that's a fact. I think I'll send Marl and Hal loose on it. Best get rid of this mess sooner rather than later, and no one can remove an unwanted plant faster than a tree keeper can. I'll have to get a look on what's inside the seed first, though. Don't want to set anybody to hacking up a potentially dangerous plant without a better idea of what's lurking inside there. Tuck can help me haul the old scout locator or scout launcher out here. Obviously, the opening is too small for anyone to fit inside. And anyway, I'm not going to blindly stick my hands into anything that looks as unpleasant as that seed does. Probably a good idea. Good way to lose an arm or two. All right. Well, I brought my scout launcher with me. Duplicate signal. That's interesting. Oh, you can see it over on the right there, beneath my my UI. Ooh. Anglerfish with trees in it? There's a, oh, right, rotate the camera. So there's another one of these seeds right there. Looks like there's some trees in it. I don't know. This definitely seems to be where the harmonica music is coming from. And there were trees at Esker's camp. So maybe that's Feldspar's camp? Blasted seed did a lot of damage when it crashed. I like this crater. Threw a little scout into the seed. You're telling me it's bigger on the inside than on the outside? This is going to be a chore to chop up, and no mistake. Can we even remove a seed that doesn't have the decency to stay the same size all the way through? Ooh, excuse me. Maybe I better grab an extra axe or two, an extra axe or 3, just in case. Let's see what else. Picking up a harmonica inside the seed. Don't want to tell you there, the only harmonica player I know is Feldspar, and they disappeared ages ago. Listen here, don't go telling nice about the harmonica music, okay? They'll never let me get rid of this darn seed if they suspect it has any musical talent. Alright. Back in my younger days, I explored everywhere there is to go on Timberhearth and saw everything there is to see and then some. Trust me, we don't have anything like this. Nah, I reckon this thing's from Dark Bramble if it's from anywhere, hatchling. That's what I said. Let's see, how are we doing? There used to be a timer that you could activate, but I don't think it's in this version. Let's see. I think I'd like to go and see the Quantum Grove real quick. Actually, we ought to also double check. Is that... What is that? Is that the Quantum Moon? No? Adelrock, maybe? I can't tell with this lighting. What is that? Oh... You know what? I remember in the trailer a thing that reminds me of that. What? It's gone. What? Okay, I've been kind of trying to not be spoilery, but like I actually have no idea what that was. I, Uh, okay. That was a little confusing. It it looked like it was a lot closer than it apparently was. Like, look how far out we went. I was trying to use parallax to see how far away it was, but either it was moving fast or like there's something weird going on there. Like from the parallax, it didn't look at all like as you move around something, you can see it move around in your field of view, um, and that's parallax, and you can use it to kind of judge how far away different things are. Interestingly enough, that's part of why we have two eyes, is the two different viewpoints help our brain determine distance. But anyway, I it looked like it was super close, but if it wasn't, then that would have to mean that it was moving like fast. That's certainly disconcerting. There's the quantum moon. There it goes. Okay. Oh, this is bad. Oh my god. Wow, that was close. We're good. It's all fine and dandy. Um, so I think this is the Quantum Grove that I don't know about yet. Yeah, no, whatever that thing was, it seemed to disappear right when I let my little, like, I retrieved my little scout. So maybe it has to do with that? What's going on? Oh, that's stuff falling into the black hole, I bet. Art. Oh. Oh, the trees are moving. Oh, everything is moving. Oh, that sucks. I hate that sound. Uh, Across old bark, the quiet shade, in the ancient glade, it's always dark. And it's gone. Okay. Oh, dang it. Oh. Oh, even the words move around. Across old bark, it's always dark, in the ancient glade, the quiet shade. Oh, okay. Alright. Let's maybe be not here right now. I think that's all there is there. Oh, the quantum stuff is weird. The sun looks awfully red and fat. Yeah, that's probably not good. Maybe there's something at the top of this tree. Church research notes, property of church. I've detected a strange signal coming from somewhere within the grove on this crater. In this crater. It's very similar to the signal emitted by the quantum moon, so it stands to reason the two signals are properly related. We don't know much about the quantum moon, seeing as no one's ever been able to land on it, but hopefully studying the signal from the grove will reveal more about it. Interesting. So, the quantum moon and that rock formation seem to be related. Let's take a look at our ship's log and see if it can tell us anything new. Seed from Dark Bramble Crash here has already taken root. Tektite wants me to Sigma Scope picks up Harmonia. Launch the scout. Right, okay. When I launch my scout into the seed and crash on Timber Hearth, ends up somewhere in Dark Bramble. Okay. Church research note mentioned a quantum moon that no Hearthian has been able to land on. Strange rock shard in this grove that moves when I'm not watching, and it makes a signal on the quantum fluctuations frequency. I found a poem written on one of the trees in the grove. It doesn't seem to indicate that there's anything more there, so I'm content to move on. See what else there is here on Timber Hearth. Ooh. That looks like a something. Yeah, this is definitely a something. That's also definitely a something. There is a something here, but the something seems not to be a something. This seems not to be activated, I suppose. Nothing much I can do about that at present. And I know, of course I know what that actually is, but we'll come back to that later. Lots of ghost matter over there. But I don't see anything else of interest. So, best not touch the ghost matter, I think. Ooh, okay. It was a little hard to see there for a moment, but we're good. Yeah, the sun definitely looks bigger and redder than it did before. I don't like that. Mining site to be. Or not to be. Overused joke is overused. Hello. I'll maybe not touch that. Waterfall that I probably don't want to get stuck in. A lot of nomai skeletons around here, so I guess this is probably a nomai mining site. I'm still amazed by how much ore the Ash Twin project requires. Isn't this the ore for the remaining towers being built on Ash Twin? The completed towers I've seen are quite large. No, the material for those towers is all being taken from Ash Twin. The ore we're mining here will be used to craft an immensely thick protective shell that will physically seal off the chamber inside Ash Twin's core. I'm relieved by our clan's decision to use Timber Hearth's ore only for the constructing of the shell. If eventually life on this planet were to evolve to the point of advanced metallurgy, I'm confident we won't have destroyed their ability to create. If they're sealing off all entrances, I hope they've planned accordingly. I thought you had forbidden your apprentice from making puns, Goliath. How else would he improve? Psycat. I like Psycat. Seems like a good dude. I like when people appreciate a good pun. So, here's more of that sparkly ore that we saw in the Zero G cave. They also mentioned the Ash Twin project, which I think the Ash Twin's over here. So there's something there that we want to investigate. I mean, there's something everywhere that we want to investigate, but that in particular seems important. Ash Twin Projection Stone. Oh. Okay. Well, there's the sparkly ore. So, and this is the Ash Twin Projection Slate, so this is probably the Ash Twin project. Interesting. Oh. There's something... Oh, there's 3 of them. 3 of them glowing. And the rest are defunct. That's... interesting. Oh, no! Shoot. That's not good. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I guess that was the Ash Twin project, and they surrounded it in a core of this ore that they've been harvesting from Timber Hearth. Uh-oh, the music changed. What? Okay, I know what this means. Here we go. Wait, is there a scroll? Oh, I need the projection stone. Hurry! Pause time! Uh, hurry! Come on, come on, come on. Okay, we're good. My gratitude for the latest shipment, ONO. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. This is exciting news. Wait, can I offer an extra set of eyes for the final check, specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better. The smallest flower opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. Once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure that there are no longer any physical entrances. Rami and I will be checking for the interior and the exterior for cracks for our final safety check. Interesting. Also, it occurs to me, I don't know if I actually have the right setting. Maybe it doesn't pause. Okay. Okay, it does. Okay, we're good. Well, oh. That's probably not good. Yeah, that definitely looks like a whole lot of not good. I can't get back to my ship in time. Yikes. What a way to go, huh? Oh, that's like the mask that we saw in the Ash Twin project. Okay, interesting. So yes, that's the main conceit of this game, is the sun goes supernova. Fun, delightful. And then you wake up back at the campfire. Did I just die? Bad dream or something? You still look half asleep, but that's negative on being deceased. I know it's tradition to sleep out under the stars the night before launch, but if you ask me, it makes you all a bit jumpy. That's one way to put it, I guess. So yeah, we just died in a supernova. But we found out a few things, I guess. I guess that's a good place to call it an episode. To clarify a little bit, the time between when you wake up and when the sun goes supernova is 22 minutes. And so that's how long I plan for the episodes to be at most, going from here on out. But the actual timer for the sun going supernova doesn't start until you activate the statue in the observatory, which is why this episode lasted forever, is because it didn't start until then. Plus all the time I spent freezing time reading dialogue and stuff like that. So, yeah, going forward, the episodes will probably not be longer than half an hour to account for freezing time. But Yeah, that's our first foray into space, where we died in a supernova. Hooray! But we got a little bit of exploring done, and there's still a lot to do, and I think we caught a glimpse of the echoes of the eye. I'm almost certain that's what I was seeing there, but I don't know anything about that. All I know is that I saw something there, and I'm almost certain it's related to the trailer, but besides that, I'm totally lost. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about. But it will have to wait until the next episode, which should come out tomorrow. I don't know when this episode's going up, but I hope to have it later this evening. Today is September 28th. It just dropped today. So I hope to have it later in the evening, and then I'll upload at my normal time going forward. So, in any case, I look forward to seeing you all on the next episode, and I hope that you are as excited as I am to begin this journey into the Outer Wilds. So, see you next time.